In this question, you're asked to find inverse of matrix raised to power 2. So how do we calculate this guy? The best way is to find the inverse of the matrix first. So we're going to use the adjoining matrix method to find the inverse of the matrix. On the left-hand side, you're going to write down matrix A. On the right-hand side, you're going to write down the identity matrix. In this case, you have a 3x3 identity matrix. And then your goal is to eventually convert the matrix into identity matrix. And on the right-hand side, you end up with a new matrix, which is the inverse of your matrix. Note that the pivot must be 1. Here, we don't have a 1. So we're going to divide the first row by 1 over 6. It becomes 6 times 1 over 6, 0 times 1 over 6, 4 times 1 over 6, 1 times 1 over 6, 0, and 0. Below 6, or now you have a 1, it must be equal to 0. So everything must be 0 below the pivot. So multiply the first row by 2 and add it to the second row. You end up with 2 minus 2, 0 plus 7, negative 1 plus 4 over 3, because 2 and 2, they get canceled out, and you have 0 plus negative 2 over 3, 0 plus 1, and 0 plus 0. Now multiply the first row by negative 3 and add it to the third row. You get 3 minus 3, 0 plus 1, 2 plus negative 12 over 6, 0 plus negative 3 over 6, 0 plus 0, and 0 plus 1. You're going to continue this process. After converting the left-hand side into identity matrix, your inverse matrix becomes negative 15 over 2, negative 2, 14, negative 1 over 2, 0, 1, 23 over 2, 3, negative 21. And make sure you have 1 on pivot on the left-hand side. So we found the inverse of the matrix. You can factor out half everybody. You can simplify your matrix this way. Why we are doing that? Because we are basically multiplying the inverse by itself. So if you have a half or any other scalar, you can easily take that scalar and multiply it by itself without making additional calculations in multiplying the matrix by itself. So remember that now you have to do the dot product, the first row, first column, first row, second column, first row, third column. Your matrix becomes 1/4 because a half times a half is a fourth. And then the product of negative 15, 4, 28, negative 15, negative 1, 23 is 873. And as you know, you have the dot product between the first row with each column. And these are the entries of the new matrix on the first row. You're going to do the same thing for the second row and the third row. So this is basically your new matrix, or the inverse raised to power 2, or you can rewrite it as the matrix multiplied by itself and finding the inverse. So both of these have the exact same meaning. You can basically find the inverse of the matrix multiplied by itself, or you can raise the matrix to the second power and find the inverse.